What up people's internet, my name is Kevin and welcome back to another video. Okay guys, so for today's video I am doing the video that everyone is doing on YouTube and Booktube at the minute, and that is the assumptions video. I don't really know what it's called, but the one where you assume stuff about me and then I answer and say if they're true or not. Whatever you're supposed to call that. I'm just going to call it the assumptions video, okay? So I asked you guys over on my Instagram story, irishreader_. If you're not following me, you probably should be. And yeah, basically you guys sent me some assumptions, so I'm going to go through them and we're going to answer them and see where this goes, because I feel like this might get emotional real quick. But anyways, before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that I am currently sick, so if I sound disgusting, if I look very red around the nose and stuff, I just look a mess because I am sick. But we tried to use some concealer to cover it up today, so we should be fine, but probably not, so I might look bad. Okay, so let's just get straight into this. I am so scared to see where this is gonna go because some of the things that people said I don't know, I just feel like this is gonna go a route that I don't really want it to go, but like it also kind of needs to go that way, if that makes sense. I'm kind of scared. Okay, so the first two I'm gonna do, because they're the exact same, is you love chicken nuggets, and I got this from Sophie and Alex, and like, guys, we all know I love chicken nuggets. Like, that shouldn't be an assumption. Like, we all know. I talk about everywhere. So, like, if you didn't realize I like chicken nuggets,
and I don't know where you've been,
because I talk about chicken nuggets a lot. So, like, that's not really, I feel like that's not an assumption. Like, that's like a guarantee. We all know this about me. But anyways, just to clarify, yes, I do indeed love chicken nuggets. They are my favorites. I'm probably going to get some today. So, they're probably going to be on my story later on today of me eating them. So we love some quality content. But since we're on the line of food, Gabby assumed you have a top 5 of your favorite types of bread. Now, this is also another thing that some people might not know, but like I have like a reoccurring thing that when I'm emotional, when
I'm feeling like attacked with my emotions,
I just eat bread. So whenever I'm reading a book and it gets like really emotional and I feel really single, or I feel like I don't have a boyfriend and all these things, I eat bread. And so that's like a thing that's going on between like me and Gabby and a couple of other Irish booktubers, book bloggers, and so they know I love my bread. But I actually don't have like a top 5 of bread. I just eat like bread rolls, or baguettes, whatever you want to call them, rolls. I eat them a lot. And then just normal bread. I also have some brown bread. Okay, so maybe I have 3. Rolls, brown bread, and just regular bread. There we go. So we're just gonna jump into the emotional kind of ones now, because I feel like we should just go through that now, early on in the video, so we're not like, you know, hopefully that makes sense. There's 2 that are very similar here, and one is you've wanted to quit Booktube before, and the second one is you struggle with Booktube at times. So both of these assumptions are correct. I have wanted to quit Booktube before, and I do struggle with Booktube at times. I'm currently struggling with Booktube a lot right now. So these are like very current things, but I would never quit Booktube. Like, it would never happen, so don't worry in case you were panicking. Like, I will never quit Booktube. I love it too much. Just love making videos, and I just love everything about Booktube, so like I would never quit it. But yeah, I do 100% struggle with it, like a lot. I don't know, I'm really weird to talk about this kind of stuff because I'm afraid of how people will like see it and like think that I'm like complaining or something. The thing that I don't even know how to process what I want to say, but like, with Booktube, I just feel myself a lot that I'm forgotten about, which is honestly something that I really struggle with Booktube. I constantly feel like I'm forgotten in the community and like nobody really remembers me, which is probably something really stupid to say because a lot of you guys are probably like, Kevin, no, you look forward to my videos or stuff like that, but my head overthinks so much, and like I can't help overthinking. I think it's natural for everyone to overthink, but like I always think like I'm not remembered, I'm forgotten about. I get really down about it at times, and like it's kind of dark because I get really upset about it and I feel forgotten. I won't upload on the days I'm meant to upload because I just feel like, what's the point? And like it's really sad to think that, because I love Booktube so much, but like there is times when it is a lot for me and I feel very bad about myself, and like I'm my worst enemy. So like I constantly overthink everything, and I'm constantly like being my own saboteur. Like another thing with Booktube that I struggle a lot with is like I always make friends, but I always feel like I'm making more of the effort with them and they're not making the effort with me. And then that's why I feel like I'm forgotten about again, because like they just forget about me. It's really sad. And then there's times where I make really amazing Booktube friends and then they quit Booktube and like they go off Booktube and like I lose connection with them. So it's really sad, and they're like things that I struggle a lot with Booktube. But yeah, for the most part, obviously, the way better things outweigh the bad. It is really true. I have thought about quitting Booktube and I do really struggle with it. I'm struggling with it right now. Another thing that I struggle with a lot, I talked about it on my Twitter before, is that I have a lot of upload anxiety. So like I'll film a video and like edit it and I'll really love the video, but I'll be so nervous to post the video because I just feel like no one's gonna watch it. And like I just feel like what people are gonna think when no one watches my video and stuff like that. Like my head, like I swear to God, it's just, I don't even know where else to go with this, but they're my feelings. Hopefully you can like understand them in some sort of way. I don't even understand them myself, but there you go. Okay, so let's move back onto happiness, because I told you that was going to get dark real quick, so I did warn you. But now we're going to go back to happiness, okay? I hope you're fine with that. Another assumption is you want to become a full-time YouTuber. Now that is something, yes, that's very true. That is a correct assumption, because I would love to do YouTube as a job, as my full-time job, because I love YouTube so much. I'm so passionate about YouTube. I constantly am being like creative. Well, I think I'm being creative, and a lot of you guys tell me I am being creative too, so hopefully I'm just not like building myself up here, but I think I am creative. I'm constantly pushing myself, and like I've never been so dedicated to something as I am with YouTube. Like I love YouTube just so much. I put so much time and effort into it, and I love it with all of my heart, and I would just love for like it to pay off and that I could do it as a job, but also it's just an amazing hobby and I love doing it for fun so much. So yeah, that is correct. I would love to be a full-time YouTuber, but I am happy with just it being my hobby right now. The next one is from Bow Ties and Books, and they asked, you sleep in your socks. Now, that is an incorrect assumption. People who sleep with their socks on, I honestly can't trust them. Like, I don't understand how you can sleep with your socks on. Like, how? I know so many people that do sleep with socks on, and honestly, I'm like, how? But like, they tell me that they keep their socks on because they don't want like a demon to grab their foot. AKA Denise, if you're watching this, I'm talking exactly about you because I know you told me that before. I can't sleep with socks on. I get too hot. Like, I will get too hot and then I can't sleep, so I have to sleep barefoot. I always have to sleep barefoot. So that is an incorrect assumption. No, I can't, no. Why would you sleep with your socks on? I just don't get it. Next one is from Alex from Books and Paperbacks, and that is you don't go to the library. And that is a correct assumption. I don't go to the library. Only because where I live, like there literally isn't any libraries. Like the only library that I know is like the one that I went to for my college. That was like part of my university. But like they don't do like any books that would be on my bookshelves. Like they're just like ones that you need to study for like a thesis or like your exams and stuff. Like they're just like research papers and stuff like that. Like there are no books there to read for fun. So I don't have like a library that I know of that's near me where like I can go and get books that I would actually read for fun. So that's why I don't use a library. But if I had one, I would 100% use that because books are expensive and I would gladly just go to a library and get them. And because sometimes I don't like the books that I buy and then I feel like,
wow, that was a waste of money.
So I would rather go to a library, but I just don't have any near me. So that's really sad. The next one is kind of a weird one, but I'm honestly kind of living that I got asked it because so many of these are non-bookish ones and I really like when people ask me non-bookish things. And this one is very kind of strange. And it is, you have a big bum. No, that's an incorrect assumption. I feel like I have a pretty small bum. I feel really weird talking about my ass in a YouTube video, but basically, I don't have a big ass. Next assumption. The final one that I'm going to do is from Aoife, and she says that you're one for an emotional cry when you're a bit drunk. And you tell everyone that you love them. Now, this... Like, I'm going to split this in half. So, the first part where Aoife says that I'm one for an emotional cry when I'm drunk, that part is false. I don't ever cry when I'm drunk. Like, no. I don't even think I've ever cried drunk. And then, like, the second half of it is that where you tell everyone that you love them when you're drunk. That is true. I tell everyone that I'm in love with them, and I will like message people. I have rang people up in the middle of the night. Sophie, if you're watching this, I once FaceTimed Sophie at like 3 o'clock in the morning to tell her I loved her and to tell her that I was eating chicken nuggets. Like, isn't that just so on brand for me? So guys, that is it for my assumptions video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about any of these assumptions. If you have more assumptions you would like to ask me, just put them down in the comments and I will answer them for you. And yes, other than that, that is it for this video, and I shall see you all next time in my next one. So goodbye guys.